head coach of the U of R Rams, Mark McConkey. Mark, we usually do this on Thursdays, and we were so close to doing this on Thursday, which would be tomorrow, to the Vanier Cup. We gave you a few days to kind of decompress after that wild ride. Can you put it into words, just the game last weekend and really how close you guys were?
Yeah, still processing it for sure. My wife the next day was like, "Oh, you guys did so well," and I was like, "No, don't want to hear it. Don't care. We should have won that game." I feel like that's one we let slip away. And again, you're going against Laval, one of the best teams in the last 2 decades, and honestly, I thought we were better than them. I thought if we could score in the red zone, if we get a stop at the end of the game, if we don't throw a pick, there's all those things you can go back and replay. But at the end of the day, it's a good measuring stick, and it shows our guys just how competitive Canada West is. And if you can make it out, you definitely give yourself a chance to go to the Vanier.
It was 17.5 point line, which I looked at it and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that is a huge underdog. At what point of the game, maybe it's before the game, but be honest here, at what point do you say we can play with these guys?
Honestly, it was after their first drive. They went 2 and out. We got a couple first downs and flipped the field, and I think we ended up going up 3-0. And I was like, we're good. Like, we know what our defense is. We were more worried about their defense because obviously it was 2 good defenses coming into it, but I knew we could move the ball a little bit on those guys. But again, unfortunately, we just didn't score in the red zone when it mattered early on and missed a field goal. But yeah, early on, I had a good feeling about what we had and compared to what they had.
I don't want to overstate it, but in a football as life metaphor, do you, even though it wasn't the result you wanted, do you still impart on the guys that this just goes to show you that forget hype, forget who's favored, forget anything, and it just shows you that when you strap on your gear, you can achieve whatever you set out to achieve?
Yeah, absolutely. And I said at our breakfast fundraiser, I said prior to us losing, like, name a better story in sports right now, right? The NBA is kind of boring right now. It's early. NHL is just getting going. CFL's done now that the Riders were out last week. Like, there was no cooler story than a 3-5 team that just keeps upsetting the number 1 seed, the number 3 seed, and arguably one of the best U Sports teams of all time going into that game. And yeah, we were favored one time all year and still ended up winning 5 games, 6 games, whatever it was at the end of it. So I don't know who makes those lines. They're not very good at it, but I think it's just, again, just proud of the way the guys battled all year, right? Like, you lose 5 straight, everyone's counting you out, and they just kept coming back to work, and they knew what we had, and we just found a way to finish games. Unfortunately, lost the tough one to Laval, but again, proud of the group, and it was pretty cool.
What does Coach Glenn Constantine say to you after the game?
Glenn was great. He just said congrats, and I think we maybe even caught him by surprise on how good we were. Again, I think we earned the respect from him and the Laval players. I don't know if they thought they were going to come in and just walk all over us, but I think they definitely knew they were favored. The kids look at that stuff on social media, and I think we gave them a heck of a fight. I mean, we got the lead with like 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left, and then they had a nice drive and scored. And so I think we put a little bit of doubt in their heads, but ultimately they came up big at the end, and we weren't able to.
What does this do for the program, Mark? Because you got a lot of guys coming back, and you're hosting the Vanier Cup last year. Everyone obviously wants to play in a winter, and you want to play, if you're at home hosting it. What does this do for you guys?
Yeah, honestly, it makes recruiting a lot easier. Like last year, we were 1-7, and I thought we had a really good recruiting class. And now this year, we're 3-5, but you're Hardy Cup champions. You're 3 points away from the Vanier Cup, and my email's that's one positive of having this 8-hour layover in Calgary. I've been able to fire through my emails and talk to recruits, and but yeah, it's been great, and lots of players want to come. They want to win, right? And that's who you want in your program. So it definitely helps with that. And obviously, then you get support from the community, alumni donations, all those things. That everything just trickles down from there.
What are the so how many guys totally do you lose? Obviously, Hodel, who was an unbelievable interview. He's been at the program for 8 years. What a great guy. How many are you losing for sure?
Yeah, we're gonna lose 6 for sure. And then Parker Hodel, Jackson Stomback, Cameron Ma will be the big ones. But guys like Garrett Hatcher, he played special teams linebacker. Dallin Keene was a tight end, but he got hurt. So again, I love those guys, but those are like, we got guys ready to fill those spots. Like we're not losing 22 like Manitoba is. So we're going to hopefully reload and be back at the top in Canada West next year as well.
What's the off season like for you as the head coach? I know you said you're talking already to some recruits and all that, but like, what is the next few months? Do you get a chance to kind of be a dad again and kind of hang out and all that?
I did that on Sunday. It was a tough day, hanging out with my kids all day. And then Monday, kind of right back at it, started recruiting. We got a recruit actually coming back to Regina Friday. And then, again, my wife doesn't like this, but over Christmas break, there's a recruiting blackout, so you can't really do much. So from like December 20th to January 5th, I'll be off completely, and I'll be a parent then.
Right on. I can't. You know what? It's weird. I can't wait for the Rams supper or dinner next year now with just all the hype and the hype around everything there and the Cinderella story. Like it's so great. Thanks for doing this. It's been awesome to watch. Super exciting. I know people are, in the text line loved it too. It was just a great story, great season, total success, and I can't wait to chat again.
Perfect. Appreciate you guys always having me on. That's awesome. Appreciate what you guys do for amateur sports.
Right on. Thanks, Mark. Travel safe, by the way, whenever you do get out. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.